Hello guys, I'm Zami from Acrobat.net, and today I'd like to make a short tutorial on how to use any kind of MP3 video or other kind of audio, to use that basically to plug it into your microphone, to use that output as your microphone input, which is incredibly funny if you're trying to troll people by playing them some music online or whatever, in some kind of game that has voice chat, or in some kind of voice chat software such as Skype or teamspeak or ventrilo or whatever. It's pretty funny, but it's surprisingly difficult to set up. Now, the problem hereby is that by default most computers don't offer that, or as in my case, I have stereo mix right here. It isn't recognized by most programs because it's actually something that is particularly made to record computer sounds and is not meant to be an actual microphone. Therefore, it is ignored by most games and other kinds of software that might offer voice chat. So, I'm going to show you a method that should work for all Windows PCs. You're going to have some basic understanding of how a Windows PC works, so you should have worked with Windows PCs before. So that's because otherwise, if you don't have a basic knowledge, you're simply not going to be able to set this up. It's not going to happen, okay? So, what you're first going to want to do is you're going to want to go into your playback and recording devices. You can do that by either going through your control panel or just right-clicking your little speaker icon, going to playback devices. This really depends on your Windows version, but you're going to be able to find it. Control panel, sound, and so on. Here you will find a list of all your microphones, your input devices, and your output devices, okay? Now, the problem hereby is that there is no direct way, except using integrated devices that are not recognized, to do this. Now, the way that I have found to get around this is to use a software that is called virtual audio cable. Okay, virtual audio cable. You can Google that. There is a free version, as far as I'm aware. The paid version costs $25. It's well worth the money if you want to use this to troll people in voice chat regularly. Now, this allows you to do a lot of things that are pretty useful, but the most important thing, the most useful thing, what it will do is it will create all these virtual inputs and outputs. For example, this one. This is line 1. This is an audio cable that is a virtual audio cable. It's not something that's actually plugged into my PC. It's a audio cable that was created by virtual audio cable. Okay, so what the software does, it basically it's as if you had cables plugged into your computer, but you don't actually have cables plugged into your computer. And what this allows you to do is to reroute sound from your output to your input, okay? Now, all you basically have to do if you want to route your output to your input using virtual audio cable once it's installed, is just you make the virtual audio cable output your default device, and then under recording you make the same line 1, the default communication and default recording device. So I'm just going to start some sound on the computer so that you can actually see that. This is a laughing compilation, so it should always create some kind of sound. As you can see, I'm just going to increase the volume. As you can see, there's stuff going on here, and stuff's recording right here. So, now the problem is that you're not going to be able to hear anything if you're doing it like this, because you're only allowed to have one default output device here, right? So, basically, at this time, while you are routing the sound directly into your microphone, everything you hear is now routed to your microphone. The problem is that you can't hear what's going on. So if you're, for example, in a voice chat, you're not going to hear other people. Or if you're in a game, you're not going to hear the game, and so on. So, but that's another awesome thing about virtual audio cable. It actually offers you options to route sound from certain inputs and outputs to others, okay? So while you can only have one default output device, you can then use an integrated program that comes with the software to mirror the sound from that cable, for example, to your headset. And obviously they have to be, actually that's the wrong one, I think. They have two of these, and basically you could just reroute the audio from one cable to another. So, I would obviously route it to my headset right here, Logitech, and now I can hear everything that's going on again. So this might seem a little bit complicated. I'm just gonna stop this for a second here because I'm hearing it and it's pretty loud and it's a baby laughing. So this might sound a little bit complicated for people that haven't actually done this before, but it's incredibly simple when it comes down to it. I'm just gonna stop this. All you're basically doing is you're having a virtual audio cable as an output. The same virtual audio cable is used as a recording input. You set these to be the default recording devices and default playback devices. And in order for you to hear anything on your headphones or whatever, you then simply use the integrated software, which is this audio repeater. The audio repeater basically just repeats what is put out on one line to another. Okay, so you can basically reroute this line 1, mirror it to your speakers so that you're actually hearing stuff. Now, this might lead to a loss of quality because, for example, I'm using a surround sound headphone, but the line right here is only a stereo line because obviously voice chat is only able to use stereo sounds usually. So you're gonna lose some quality, some audio quality, but you will be able to play whatever sounds you want to. I'm just gonna stop this. In voice chat, which is pretty awesome. And obviously there's a lot of stupid stuff on YouTube that you can troll people with, and it's a lot of fun. I have to admit, it's a lot of fun, especially in games like what's popular right now. I think Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, or Overwatch, or whatever. Just games that have some kind of voice chat. It's absolutely funny to see the reaction of people. And yeah, that's delicious. So you will need virtual audio cable. I'm not sure whether there's any other alternative. I don't know of any. To be honest, this software is pretty perfect because not only does it allow you to create virtual cables, but it also allows you to create a repeater so that you're still hearing stuff even though you're rerouting the audio. And the most important thing is that if you use for example, in my Asus board right here, I have this stereo mix recording device, which is basically made to record all the sounds of a computer. But since it is a very common element in computers, and it's just an internal recording device, it isn't accepted by most applications as a microphone, because it's not a microphone, okay? It's an internal component. So most voice chats will simply ignore this one. However, the virtual lines that you create are not recognized because they're not very common, the ones created in virtual audio cable, which is why it works for most voice chats. So far, the ones that I've tested, it has always worked. You might run into some problems with the volume, so you might have to turn that up a little bit, the volume, and maybe turn it up on your line 1 as well. Actually, that doesn't even work. It only works for recording devices. To make it a little bit louder, and you might have to play around with that a little bit, maybe go into Skype in order to test whether it's loud enough. But at the end of the day, it's an awesome thing, and if you like trolling people, it's pretty awesome. It's well worth the money of virtual audio cable. I'm not shilling for these people. I mean, it's just the one software that I have found after searching and searching and searching that actually does that stuff. And you can just Google it, virtual audio cable. I think there's a free trial package, and the software itself costs like $25. I'm not finding the price right now, but it's not very expensive. 25 to 50 bucks, depending on what kind of support level you choose. So yeah, this is pretty fun. If you like trolling people, go for it. Thanks to you guys for watching. I hope this has helped you, and you will have trolleroading people with them epic memes and so on. Thanks you guys for watching. See you guys soon.